I can't comment on it. It's an ongoing investigation. How many times have you heard that? And yet it's not an ongoing investigation. They ended it. They killed it before the presidential election season heats up. They want to get Hunter Biden off the table. There is no way they're going to appoint a special counsel on Joe Biden and interfere with the election in a way that hurts Joe Biden. It's all Trump, Trump, Trump. I want to remind you of one of the most amazing texts in the history of texting. You remember Hunter Biden with Raymond Zhao, Z-H-A-O. Raymond Zhao was a senior Communist Party official who was sort of a front for this energy company. And this is the text from Hunter Biden to Zhao. I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Tell the director I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. And Z, meaning Zhao, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in this other than you, Zhang, or the chairman, and I think he means Chairman Xi, by the way, but he could mean chairman of the company, but I think he means chairman of the party. I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows, and my ability to forever hold a grudge, and you will regret not following my direction. So I'm sitting here waiting for the call with my father. Any investigator, any prosecutor worth his salt would immediately say, this needs to be investigated. Let's get these guys under oath. I understand it's the President of the United States, but we've done this before. But the mob lawyer who runs the Department of Justice, Merrick Garland, doesn't even blink, doesn't even comment on it. It is stunning, absolutely shocking. On CNN with Fake Tapped Out, Jake Tapper, AKA, he talks to his legal analyst on this. And as bad as Fake Tapper is, I think the legal analyst is even, wow, I don't know about this. You know, that's funny, they talk about the Trump audio tape, and we'll get to that in a minute, for which there's no document. So it's a very strange situation, and not a specific charge in the list of charges in the indictment document against Trump, but that was leaked. And again, I will get to that in a minute. And try and unravel as best I can. But here, there's nothing to unravel. This comes from this IRS agent. He's saying, look what I have. Look what I have. And they charge him with a gun violation, which they're going to pull back on. All you have to do is make sure you're not using drugs, for the next 14 minutes. And you haven't paid your taxes on millions of dollars of income received by and from where? Foreign governments. Now, they don't get them under FARA, where you're supposed to, register as a foreign agent. They went after Manafort. They threw the book at him and put him in solitary confinement. This is what people are saying. What the hell's going on here? And you tried not paying taxes for years on 1.5 is the figure I've seen, 1.2, but $1.5 million on income. You try it and see what happens to you. It won't be pretty, and you'll be in an orange jumpsuit, I guarantee it. Anyway, let's take a look. Go.
Is this what anybody would get in a similar circumstance, or is this a sweetheart deal?
Well, Jake, I think, first of all, nobody's really in position to know that because we don't know the entirety, what the whole universe was of what DOJ had. If they had evidence of more serious crimes and they failed to follow up, or they gave Hunter Biden substantially lesser charges, then yes, it's a sweetheart deal. But if this is all they had that was federally criminally chargeable, then no, it's not a sweetheart deal. Now, just to give you one example, a lot of this is a matter of...
So first, let's talk about the gun violation. This is the form you're required to fill out. Anybody who owns a gun, I have several, the guys here all have several, we all have guns, rifles, pistols, whatever you want. You have to fill out this firearms transaction form, which goes to the Treasury Department, and there's a whole database, or the FBI, and they review it. And they want to know, and they ask here on, they say here right at the top, warning, you may not receive a firearm if prohibited by federal or state law. The information you provide will be used to determine whether you're prohibited from receiving a firearm. For all those who say, we got to register, you got to fill the form out. What do you think they're not keeping this information? They're not supposed to. Oh, we have 1 million cases erroneously where we're monitoring people. 1 million Americans. Ooh, we just happen to have a file on everybody and their gun purchases. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go on. Certain violations of the Gun Control Act, 18 U.S.C. 921 exsec, are punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment and or up to $250,000 fine. Are you an unlawful user of or addicted to marijuana or any depressant, stimulant, narcotic drug, or any other controlled substance? Warning. In bold, the use or possession of marijuana remains unlawful under federal law regardless of whether it's been legalized or decriminalized for medicinal or recreational purposes in the state where you reside. So he was a crackpot. He was a crackhead. See that? That's the line. Yes or no? Very simple. He said no. The answer for him was yes. He committed a crime. Next page. He signs. I certify that my answer to the question in this form is still true, correct, and complete. He said, yes, it is true. So they even give him a chance. All right, now you wrote this on page 1. You sure? You sure you want to sign this? You sure you're right about this? And he says, yes, I'm sure. And how much jail time will he do for that? None. Because, you know, here's the irony here. They say he signed that when he was hooked on crack. So they confess, but they want your heart to bleed. The poor guy was hooked on crack. Now, what did he do with this gun at some point? He threw it in a trash can to try and hide it. Actually, he had his girlfriend throw it in a trash can. The trash can was at his school. Oh, throws in a trash can at a school. Then he decides, I think we better retrieve that gun. Then they go and they retrieve it. And he's on some of these porno tapes with these hookers waving his gun around. That's a crime too. Waving his gun around, throws in a trash can. They go and retrieve it. The guy's he's a crackhead. He's violated federal law. And they say, look, you know, we never prosecute people for this. Are you out of your friggin' mind? And then you have the President of the United States who wants more gun control. Those of us who have guns. I have guns right here. They're all locked up, ready to go, baby, but they're all put away in a vault. And I'm not even required to put them in a vault. I do what I do because I, you know, a family, I just do what I do. So anyway, this guy, the president's son, Mr. Gun Control, nothing. If he behaves himself for a certain period of time, what is it, 12 weeks or 12 months, we'll wipe this off his record. Oh, wow. That's not a sweetheart deal? You mean that's all the government has? That's it? Are you kidding me? And then taxes. In a 2-year period, the guy gets $1.5 million. He didn't pay his taxes, not just for those 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't pay those taxes for multiple years beyond that until it was found out. Then some multimillionaire lawyer friend out on the West Coast paid his taxes. Well, that's sweet. It sounds to me like an awfully big gift, but that's sweet. And so he'll do no time. And so everybody says, they're throwing the book at this guy. The Democrats on TV. Sickening, quisling, pathetic human beings. They're on TV. Poor Hunter Biden. You have this Anna Navarro. Oh, it's a father and son relationship, and she starts tearing up for him. Never for the Trumps. Trumps never did this. I mean, they're going after Trump over documents. Look at this guy. He gets nothing. Nothing. And they don't throw the book at him for the shell corporations he set up. Did you look into that, Mr. Weiss? No. I was told, no. Didn't look into that. The whole world sees that. Can't look into that. How about anything else with respect to him? That is, the distribution of the money to other family members. Are you looking into that? No, we're not looking into that. How about any other businesses? He said, nah, we're not looking into that. Nothing. That's it. Peter Schweitzer says this family has taken over $31 million from the Communist Chinese. They set up that phony think tank in Washington, D.C., the Penn Biden Center. Ooh, Penn Biden Center. What exactly do they study at the Penn Biden Center? Well, the guy was mostly a no-show. He went out and made speeches and made a lot of money making speeches, mumbling and bumbling through his speeches. Hey, I want to pay a lot of money to hear that. And but the Communist Chinese put millions and millions of dollars into this institution through University of Pennsylvania. And what's this University of Pennsylvania stuff? That's an Ivy League school. The idiot went to Delaware, and he barely passed the law school there, barely got out of the... Ooh, University of Pennsylvania. All these reprobates wind up in these universities. Oh, Professor Comey, how are you, sir? They just bring him into these things. And he's paid $900,000 to $1 million a year for doing nothing at this institute. The Communist Chinese own this bastard. And the whole damn bastard family. That's correct. The whole family. Go.
Perspective. If we look at the gun charge here, it is exceedingly rare for somebody to be charged with a federal gun crime.
No, it's not. That's a lie. By the way, if it were true, why is it rare? I thought they support gun control. I don't understand it. Innocent people with guns who do nothing to harm anybody, they come after us. But it's exceedingly rare to prosecute people who lie about acquiring guns. Well, then leave me the hell alone. What's the problem here? This guy's a fool. Go ahead.
And given pretrial diversion as Hunter Biden has been given, meaning he doesn't even have to plead guilty. As long as he behaves himself, the charge will go away. On the other hand, the vast majority of federal gun crimes involve somebody who either used the gun in some sort of violent crime or somebody who's a prior convicted felon. So it's rare to even see anyone prosecuted at all under the law that Hunter Biden was prosecuted for, which is possession of a gun.
So let me ask you a question, because Fake Tapper won't. So people can keep lying on these forms to acquire guns? Is that okay? They have to worry about being prosecuted? These forms where they keep warning you and warning you, warning you? Under penalty of perjury, it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. Is that the point? What is the point? You actually have to use the gun in an illegal way? You just acquired it illegally. They run... Go ahead.
By an addict. So it's really largely a product of perspective here.
The lawyer for Hunter...
Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Legal Scholar, for your fantastic analysis. Go ahead, Fake.
The case is now, quote, resolved, but the U.S. attorney, David Weiss, appointed by Trump, says it's ongoing. So
wait a minute. Who appointed David Weiss? You notice David Weiss's name is appointed by Trump? David Weiss appointed by Trump. Let me write that guy's name down. David Weiss appointed by Trump. Wow. How about Merrick Garland appointed by Biden? That would be pretty cool. Go ahead.
Clear that up for us. How does that make sense?
In any plea deal like this, it is absolutely the understanding between both parties that this is it, that there will not be further charges based on what DOJ knows now. I suspect when we see the paperwork, it will say something to that effect. So why is DOJ saying it's ongoing? Because DOJ always says that until the jury...
Okay, let me help out here. That's why these guys have no ratings, because they lie. The DOJ says the case is closed, but we have an ongoing investigation. Does that make sense to anybody? Even if English is your second language, does that make... let me put it in plain English. They don't want to give Congress anything. And so they're going to hide behind, it's an ongoing investigation. We need to protect everything. You don't have a right to anything, including the testimony of Mr. Weiss or the Attorney General. They'll get up there. I can't comment on it. It's an ongoing investigation. How many times have you heard that? And yet it's not an ongoing investigation. They ended it. They killed it before the presidential election season heats up. They want to get Hunter Biden off the table. There is no way they're going to appoint a special counsel on Joe Biden and interfere with the election in a way that hurts Joe Biden. It's all Trump, Trump, Trump.
Want to see more Mark Levin? Go to levintv.com and subscribe now.